It's empowering,
inspiring, and thought-provoking conversations.
It's the Queendom State of Mind.
With your host,
April,
Brooke, and Tawanda.
Hey, listeners.
Hey, listeners.
Welcome to another episode of A Queendom State of Mind. Today, it is my pleasure to introduce our guest, Miss Yvonne Williams Coston. She is the owner of, wait for it, Living the Life I Dance About Creations. Yes. Custom-made pillows. I met Yvonne at the Sisters in Business Expo. I don't think that wasn't this year. That was the year before, I believe, right? Or was it this year?
Last year.
Last year.
Yes.
It was a rainy day. Yes. And I was supposed to go with my co-host, but they had other things to do, so I rolled solo. I started not to go. Yeah.
We was?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yes, we were. I don't know.
Oh. Okay.
But I was rolling solo, so I walked through and looked at different various booths, and her booth caught my eye. She had some beautiful custom-made pillows that really stood out. And it's a pleasure to have you here as our guest today.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and I want to start with the first question.
Okay.
What is behind the meaning of your business name, which is Living the Life I Dance About Creations?
Yes. Thank you for asking that. I get asked that question a lot.
Okay.
And I feel so much joy explaining how I got that name. That I was inspired. I am actually the founding director of Dance the Word Ministry. We're a 25-year-old dance ministry, liturgical dance ministry in Harlem, New York.
Yes.
And my former pastor emeritus, who's passed on, Reverend Dr. Wyatt T. Walker.
Yes. Well known.
Yes. When we were consecrated in 1999, I may be dating myself a little bit, but when we were consecrated in 1999, one of the phrases he said while we were standing before him is, "Live the life you dance about."
Wow.
That stayed with me. That sat on my heart all those years. And what happened, I knew that I wanted to do something more creative and as well with my business. I didn't know what it was going to be yet, but I knew what the name would be. And the name had to fit whatever the product would be. And so the professor I had at the time when I went back to school and got my master's, she said to me, Yvonne, that's a beautiful name, but it's too long. And I said, it may be long, but it's strong.
That's right. Okay.
Adrian, you better drop something on that.
That's right.
How it was. And it stayed with
it is
me.
catchy.
It's catchy. Thank you so much. And I feel that I should always try my best to live that life and continue that life and live through those words. And people come to me all the time and they said they feel the words come through what I'm doing. And I'm very grateful for that.
Wonderful. So you were praise dancing.
Yes.
Okay. And that's where it originated from.
Yes.
And that makes a lot of sense, because I'm like, what kind of dance are we talking about?
Yes.
Not like that, but there's different
exactly.
types of dancing, but that's
Yes.
wonderful. So dancing for the Lord and living for the Lord.
Yes.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So you're a Christian. Do you have like a current ministry?
Yes, actually, and that ministry still goes on. I still do a lot of the choreography. I do have quite a bit of assistance, but I do a lot of the choreography, and I'm doing a lot more consulting now. But I'm also very, very active in my church. I am the first chair deacon board. So that's a new title that just came about. And so, when we all have that foundation, that spiritual foundation, and it soothes, it helps, it helps me understand some of the things, just as we were speaking earlier. It kind of helps you, it helps you go through whatever it is you're going through, because we will be going through various things in this thing called life, this journey that we're going through. And it has helped me through. And I use it with my hands as I'm creating. So people always ask me when I'm creating a design for, a pillow, which I do a lot of, I always find out what their inspiration is. When I find out what your inspiration is, then I start creating it, because I said I'm not just going to, for lack of a better word, slap a photo on a pillow. People can do that, and I'm not downplaying that, but I'm creating an experience for you. So whatever it is that you came to me, I start creating a story, an experience, and it lasts. And it's one of those things that it's a conversation that will last forever. You can touch it, you can hold it.
I love
Keep
that.
You
safe.
can keep
Yes.
it right. It's and it's not those pillows are not for you to, if you want to sleep on it, that's fine. But it's for you to hold and caress and to look back on for memories. So any kind of occasion, I can create it for you.
So that speaks to the business that you have. But before we get to your pillows, I want to, because we were on the dancing part of it, so liturgical dancing. So now, how did you start dancing? Like, do you feel like that was a call, a ministry? Like, I love, is liturgical dancing and praise dancing the same thing?
I'll tell you this. Liturgical is mainly more upper body movements, arms, hands, and in the church, it's worship. It's more worship. Now, praise dancing is worship also, but liturgical lends to liturgy of like in the speaking in the spiritual realm. Like if the preacher is speaking, then the dance speaks as well through a liturgical realm. So it's a little praise dance more, even though we use the word praise dance, but praise dance is a little different in terms of worship. Yeah.
I like the upper body part.
Worship. It's the upper body.
Right, what you were talking about. So I could probably be a liturgical dancer because the bottom part of me doesn't always cooperate with
She
the
says
top
this all the
part.
time, right?
No, this is for real. The bottom half does not always cooperate, right? So
But
it's
the
like
top
one is going this way, but I'm gonna tell you, I got a mean cheer dance.
Yes,
right.
she
so
does.
that's the
She
upper
does.
part, right? So, and I love to worship. So I'm like, maybe I could do.
Now
You guys
there's
use, like,
different
flags
levels.
and things
Flags,
like
yes,
that.
actually for Easter just passed, we did a whole celebration of the pageantry, so to speak, with the flags and the streamers, and also we did the angel wings, because Easter we usually do it up a little more differently. And we've had the Jesus image walking down to the cross kind of thing, for the crucifixion. We do that too, for different occasions. But, we do all different types. And they do move the legs and the feet now. But you don't have to worry about doing splits or high extensions.
Right.
Because the key is that dance in the church, because there's still a lot of people. We've gotten more people become more educated about it per se and more exposed to it. But dance in the church has always been something.
It's always been there.
And an issue. And I always say one thing you will know, even if you don't know much about dance ministry or liturgical or praise dance, one thing for sure, may not know what it is, but you know what it isn't.
Okay.
And when you start looking at, like, because it's very visual anyway, anything with dance is visual. But when you're looking at it in the church realm, if you're more concentrated on what they're wearing, what they're looking like, and if their hair's all over the place, and if their garments, because we wear garments, if it's skimpy or, or they're doing more leaps and bounds. You can say, oh, that's a beautiful dancer, but am I getting a message? Do I see I see God in this? Do I see, and not taken away per se, but a lot of times people just don't know, and we have a signature, Dance the Word Ministry. We have a signature. We wear head wraps. That's something we created years ago, and so we're known for our head wraps. If you go online and look at a lot of our stuff, we are known for our head wraps all over different states and what have you. We did that because years ago in my tiny little apartment in Harlem years ago when we started, one of the young ladies, she had a head wrap on when she was going through her movement when we were, learning choreography. And she always had this regalness about her anyway. But with that head wrap on, and so one person said, I think that's it. And we all caught on. Wow. And we are known for our head wraps. So when the head wraps, the hair's wrapped. We have certain rules. Hair's wrapped. Our garments, we're covered, beautifully adorned, but very covered. So you don't see a lot of anything else that you should see. And we have wardrobe consultants, so they go through, I'm very particular about that. They go through all that because when they come out there and they are ministering, that's what you should see, the dance for God. Nothing else.
That's beautiful.
So.
Yeah, no, that's a real thing. Okay?
Yeah. That's a real thing. That's what
a real thing, right?
You're saying.
Yeah. No, because you've seen people dancing, whether we calling it praise dance, liturgical, and you can feel the word in it. And then there are times when you're looking at them and it's like, yeah, that's some nice choreography, so I definitely understand what you're saying. Yeah. So for you to, and you still dance?
I still do. Okay. I still do. I just had to do something for our Easter cantata. I still do, but I do most of the behind the scenes because I'm, and not so much, thank God I still move, but it's not, it's just, I'm pushing more forward for the newer, younger ones to take over because, and that's a task. I have amazing people that work with me that still dance as well. And some of them are younger and some of them much younger. But getting the right person to carry it on because behind the scenes, the administration of it is a very, very huge part, of course, with anything. And what you do in the front is fine, but you got to have that administration part too, because that's what keeps it going, keeps it moving, and dancing no matter what. So, but I'm still very, very much involved.
That's good.
Still am. I love it, but it's a job. It's a job.
And how long ago did you start the pillows?
The pillows I started. Now I'm in my 11th year.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Year. Yeah.
Wow.
In my 11th year. And it's, I get such a joy from when people just come up to me. This was about 3 years ago, I was in Rockaway Mall in Rockaway, New Jersey, and these two sisters, they came up to me. They had just lost their brother. He had cancer, and when they came up to me, they said they wanted to do something special for their mom for Christmas, and so they gave me his picture and the brother's picture, and kid you not, it was this picture of this beautiful man. He was had like a side view, and he had this wonderful gray beard, and he looked like he was looking up into the sky.
Wow!
And they didn't know what I was going to do with the picture, how I was going to create whatever for them. But he was looking up into the sky, so I created him in the clouds, and.
Wow.
It was so beautiful. They were crying. I was crying. When they gave it to their mom, she was in tears. Wow. And the whole family I had to send, I had to make copies for all of the family.
Wow.
But I'm saying those are kind of things that happens and come from it. And like my pastor, I'm doing something special for him for his 50 years in ministry. I'm doing that for him. And in baby pictures and, memorials, all kinds of different things, because I always say, what is your inspiration? Right. And, you can have the inspiration, but I always send them different ideas so that they can have some idea, but then I always send them some other things so they can really pull from that. And then as I create the front, then the back starts happening even better because now we've created this beautiful thing that's going on, that's going to be circular, take on another life of itself, even pets, whatever, so I love doing it too. I love doing it. Yeah.
When you first started, what kind of obstacles as a business owner did you face when you was first starting your business?
The obstacles was, I would say, I wasn't sure, to be honest with you. The first thing I did was I already had my logo, which is actually a silhouette of my physical self, dancing years ago. So that logo is always mine, and my a very dear best friend of mine who's passed on through the years. She actually created my logo for me years ago, and so I said I have to trademark it, which I did. So I always knew that was going to be starting something, like creating from that. But the obstacles back then, I wasn't sure what type of product I was going to do. So I started with garment bag. And then I created my logo with that. And it worked for a minute. It was fine, but for a moment. But then I said, I need something that I can really feel, that I can connect to people personally. And then the pillows and I love pillows. And I love to hold pillows. And I love colors. And then I said, and so then it just started coming to me. And I first started with just putting scriptures on pillows, then in which people loved, and then one person said, "Well, can you put my picture? Can you do this? Can you do that?" And so then it started becoming a life of its own, and so that's So that's
I love that how it evolved, and even just you should. I don't know if you captured it or even understand the essence of it when you talk about the experience of it, how you light up just even talking about thinking about creating these experiences for people, because that's what it is. Like you said, it's not just me creating a pillow. Like you said, anybody can just do that, and you're like, not a knock to anybody else, but basically this ain't that, right It's not that. But the way that you do it, the love, the time, the attention that you put into it, the story that you are telling around it, and that's what I believe what makes what you do so unique.
It does. It really does. And like I'll get sometimes people texting me or emailing me in the middle of the night saying, I just lost my best friend, and I wanted to do this. I wanted you to do this a while ago, but now she's gone. Can you just pick? And then they'll send me the picture, and I said, I said, absolutely. I said, just give me a few days. Let me pray on it, because I sit with what you give me.
Right.
I sit with it and I nurse it, and because I can do something in the middle of the night, but then I'll go back to it, and because I said until I get it right. And, and I do that, and so I actually sit with it. I pray with it, and I just, because even I just recently, a couple of years ago, my little pet, Buttons cat of 18 years, but I had already started creating pictures, like of him anyway. And so then I've had a couple of, pillows of him. So now that he had passed on his little cat life, I hug his pictures, pillow. My parents, I got theirs all over the place, and they bring so much life, and so much joy. Yeah. So it's they like I said, they live within, and so I just enjoy doing it. And so much happiness I see in people when they get their pillows and then they tell someone else and tell someone else. So I have quite a bit of clients, but I have a lot of people that come back to me because I had Circle of Sisters. I think the last year before COVID came. I was there. I wanted to do that. That was big for me then because I was just starting out and I really didn't know too much. You're always learning, but I didn't know too much about vending and the business. But I wanted to take the chance. It was expensive, especially.
I know that one was
very expensive.
Yeah, that's in New York, so that's
at the Javits Center.
So can you imagine? Wow, and you got to pay them.
You got to pay them.
Yes,
and I really wanted to. I really wanted to do it, and I really didn't have any backing of clientele behind me. I said, I want to do it, and I told my husband I want to do it, and he said, okay. He said, we're going to spend a lot of money. He said, because I needed all the equipment and all the stuff. And I said, I'm going to do it. So I did it. And long story short, I did it. And I met quite a bit of people and different people. I gave my cards out to and so many different things. And the mistakes I made too. But these two women, I met them near the end, two separate women. And one, her daughter was getting married that summer or so, and she wanted me to do a special pillow for her. She was so pleased. And the other one was this young lady. She just took my card, and she said, I'm going to call you. And to this day, that woman has been my friend. She would get the pillows. Then all of a sudden she said, well, do you know how to do canvas? And I said, canvas, I said, I can do it. I didn't know how to do it. I said,
you said you can.
I said, I can do it. I
Good
said,
for you.
absolutely. And I have been doing canvas for this woman for years. Family reunions, all kinds of different. Her wedding anniversaries, I do well, that's all she wants is canvas.
Wow.
And that was over 10 years ago or so. And she still comes back to me. I'll see a text come up, Yvonne, can you do this? So I'm saying too that those are like confirmations, testimonies, because it's not about, of course you want to make money, but it's about the experience and it's about the relationship. It's about, and that's with life. It's about the relationship because we pass through this life. We're here for a short minute, and some of our angels are here even shorter, and we don't understand why. But we're here for a short moment, but it's about the relationship that we have in this short time that we're here and how we bring joy to each other. And so that's how I look at it. And that's how I look at it is meshing and weaving through this thread of the pillows in whatever other form that we are weaving through in this life. And to bring joy and to bring comfort and to soothe and to love. And that's what I try to continue to convey in everything as we, go through this thing, this life thing.
Listening to you, you sound like you're right where God wants you to be. Like you're actively in your purpose and your calling. And that is so rare for us, and it's a blessing to see that you are doing what God has called you to do. And he definitely gave you the talent of artistic, ability through dance and with your pillows and the creativity. Did you always do artistic things? Were you in a corporate America? Like,
yes.
Were you a professional? You know, were you always like this, or what did you do before? You know that.
Always artistic. Always danced. Did Broadway. Did all kinds of different things, and did my theater. I was in dinner theater for many, many years. Sing, dance, act, the works, and worked in corporate America. Worked for a very, very large law firm as a consultant, business consultant to the clients. And I just 2022 I retired. Wow. And I mean,
another retiree.
I am having
I'm on my way.
the time of
that's wonderful.
Life.
That's wonderful.
I know that's right.
Yes.
You need to drop a bomb on that.
Yeah, drop a bomb on that one.
That's, and I'll tell you, and with that, I say, and I had to even do, someone asked me, interviewed me on retirement, and actually my company did a thing with me on retirement too. They said, you're having too much fun. But I am having,
no, that's not true, right?
And like they say, how, has Bevy Smith coined, it gets greater later.
Yeah, that's later,
and
right.
that is true. But you got to plan for later.
Oh, you do?
Come on.
Yeah.
Now you getting into it.
Yes, honey, I tell you, I worked for 35, I retired 35 years from the law firm. And they were amazing to me. I was amazing to them too.
Okay, okay.
You know, and the last few years was a little harder because, you know, you're getting ready to retire. And then I was commuting from Jersey to Manhattan at that time. But it was hard, but I knew the goal. I kept my eye on the prize. I knew the goal, and I stayed strong to that. And so it worked. I was working it. I was working it. And so when I retired, you know, I got everything was under my belt so I could sit back and relax. But but you got to always stay busy.
Right.
You got to always stay busy. And another thing I do is one of my other first loves I did a while ago. I'm back into now. I do background acting work. So I'm always on the set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do.
Acting work.
Yes.
What is that?
Like extras. They don't call them extras anymore.
Okay.
We're not extras anymore.
Okay,
We are background
Yvonne.
actors. We are background actors. Yes.
Okay.
I love that.
So I go on the set.
You know I used to want to be an actress.
You can go.
Right. Okay, we are actresses.
I made my debut when I was 16. Okay, I was in Lean on Me. I was in the back saying, "Free Mr. Clark, free Mr. Clark."
Wow, I didn't know that about you, Yvonne.
Girl,
wow.
I am doing.
In April.
I was just in Long Island City doing a fitting for one of the sets I'm doing, a TV set I'm doing. I'm doing 5 days next week. Just going to do the background work.
Wow.
I love, and they call me all the time. Different casting directors call me all the time. And I just love it. I said, God.
Yeah, he placed that.
I said, God. I said, oh my God. I tell you, one of the first things I did when I really retired, because, you know, I used to, after a while, because I was commuting because I was living in Harlem for many years, and so work was right there. But then we moved out to Jersey. But then the commute for the last 2 years before I retired.
It was rough, I bet. Oh, yeah.
I said, Lord, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, no.
2.5 hours.
I mean, I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but not to commute.
Not to commute.
No. I'm having my coffee. I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
When I did that,
You on T-Move?
I'm all right. I'm a sheen.
When I did that, I tell you, I literally cried when I said, God, when it happened, when I did because I planned how I was going to retire and how much money that I knew that extra money they were going to give me if I stayed for my 35th year.
Wow.
Because they were already taking care of me. I knew if I stayed that circle 30, because after 10 years, it's every 5 years and every 5 years, and you know, the bonuses and all that stuff. So I knew when I was going to do it, and I had already planned it. So I kept saying, I said, God, I said, oh, Lord, thank you so much that I'm able to do it, able to see it, feel it, taste it.
Okay,
taste retirement.
Right.
Yeah.
Pick from the fruits of my labor.
Come on.
That is my labor.
Yes.
Wow.
Honey, when it happened, and I am I'm happier than I've no. Every day, you never know. And God, I am, yeah, because there's always other levels of happiness.
That's right.
But I knew I worked for it.
Yeah.
Right.
I worked for
to
it.
stay on a job
To
for
stay-
that many
yes.
years.
Yes.
Yes, you work for
Yes,
that because
I
they don't
work
make
for-
them kind of people.
They
no
don't
more.
make those kind of people, and they're not. They're pushing you
Oh
out.
yeah, them
Yeah.
they don't make
Yeah.
that no
They
more.
don't- they don't want
they're
it.
not,
They're
not
not
getting
taking
all of that
money.
pensions
No.
and this that.
Yeah.
They don't. They're not
That's
doing
right.
that no more.
Yeah, because I was there before pensions stopped for us in 2011, but I had already was locked in.
Yeah.
So and I know that's God. We know it's
Nothing
God.
but God, right?
We know it's God. And it just said, if you just hold up, because the last few years, actually
Trying.
the management and everything's kind of changed a little bit. I said, I don't care what you're talking about. I know who is in charge,
That's
and I know
right.
where
That's
my
right.
eyes were. My eyes was looking up. And so whenever it was,
hill.
I said, come on, don't touch me.
Come on.
Don't touch me. That's right. Don't touch me, because I
Touch
said
not
the
my
covering was
anointing,
there.
Okay,
Yeah.
listen.
But I had to still do what I was supposed to do, so he could do what he had to do.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful. It is wonderful. I'm so
Well, you
happy.
sort of gave us a mini educational on retirement, because I'm right at the door.
Yes.
I'm at that door in a matter of months.
yeah.
Not even a year.
Yes.
Not even a
I
year.
thought
I'll
you
be
said
there.
a year. So you was doing
2025. We in 2024, honey.
Yes.
dang,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay,
Now, months,
2020.
and that's
You know
going to
we
go
got a
so
party.
fast.
We got a party, but
You
I'm listening to what you said, what you're talking about, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Oh
right?
yes,
Forward
and
to
it
it.
will be, because you're active too. And see, that's the thing. You have to be active. And I'm newly retired per se, but not in what I've been learning and what I've been seeing. A lot of the people that I hang out with, they're 80, 90 years old, been retired for years and living it up because they're doing things. They're moving around.
Right,
They're doing
right. That's
things,
the key.
And you have to stay active, you know. And
Well,
that's
we know
the thing.
you got that covered.
I know.
See, you have
I
that.
do too.
No, you got
plan, yeah.
You got
that.
She got that covered.
Yeah.
Because
She
to
need to
be
sit down
home
somewhere
and
that
so
way.
when I
No,
do
I can't be home. I can't be home.
because when I am home, I enjoy it because I
You're
say, okay,
resting.
I can sit
Only for
down
the
now.
rest.
Right?
Long
Just for
enough,
the rest.
long enough to
know.
recharge.
Don't worry, Yvonne. Don't worry, okay?
What it
You
is.
be in those streets like
I was in those streets. Let
Yes.
me tell you something. I was in those streets. Oh my gosh!
Horrible,
that rainy
horrible.
day. When was it? Wednesday?
You were still in the
In
street.
Long Island City.
Oh my
on
God.
public transportation
Oh,
because
no.
I refused to drive to
Yeah,
get
certain places, right, yeah.
That's stress. That's extra stress.
Right.
Because I was there to get for my fitting down in Long Island City.
Wow.
On the train, getting off the train. And I was right in the studio area, and I was like, "Where?" I had to call people. Where is this? And I was out there drenched,
Wow.
and I said, "I don't need to be out here."
Yeah.
But I knew I had a commitment.
Okay.
Because I had a commitment. I
Right,
said, and
right.
that's the only, because I would not be out there on a day like that.
Well, watch
Yeah.
out, Tiana. What's your best friend's
You
name?
are.
What's your best friend's name?
No,
What's your best
Tamika.
Watch out, Tamika.
Okay, shout out to Tamika.
Because
Okay, right?
Yvonne and April about to be big.
Yeah, yeah.
Be like, April, where you at? I'm about to go for my
Yvonne.
fitting.
Yes,
I'm about to be a background
That's
singer.
right.
Wow.
So what is it they do?
I tell you, it's
Oh, my
wonderful.
God.
It
To get
is,
April
it
in the
is
praise
wonderful. And it's
I
a
know.
good feeling. They call
I'm
you,
dancing
you know, you just sign up and just go sign up with all these agencies.
And they
you
just
know.
call you and you just
And they
go
call you,
for
right,
these-
because you send in your,
Wanda,
you
we might
know,
all want
you're
the
sending
three
your
of us.
photos. Because now, you know, used to be a time, you know, you had to always have your headshots. They take your, you know, you take great pictures on your own.
Right.
Those are very sufficient, and they send it, and whatever picture that you send in, that's the look that they are going to book you for, when they're interested in you, because they've already got you set for a certain look, for a certain set or whatever, the setting or what have you, and they'll call you, they'll text you, they'll email you, and they'll let you know when they're like Law and Order. I'm still waiting because I had gotten some Law and Order.
Law and Order.
Go ahead, girl. But I didn't get.
I watched that.
Yes, they didn't use me yet for that. But they'll say we're thinking about you, and then they'll release you from that. But then something else will come on. I love it. And then I look around and say, do this, do that. I love it, because then I'll look and see what my schedule is.
Hold on.
What my schedule is.
You even going too fast for me.
I know. I'm fast.
Wait a minute, Yvonne. Wait a minute.
Get your thoughts together.
Wait a minute.
Okay?
Yvonne was where's my camera? Yvonne was invited on here as a guest for her creative pillow. She done schooled me into retirement.
Yes,
and dancing. Right? Oh, that's right, boy.
You're gonna be a background dancer. Background dancer.
Okay.
Background singer.
Extras, right?
Oh my God. What is it? Wait, it's not called extras.
It's not called extras.
It's called.
But you knew what I was talking about when I said extras.
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
But
it's called
we are background actors.
Background actors. Wow.
That's right.
So you're saying that it's not too late for me.
Oh, no.
No.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you something, too. Especially, and I'm talking about me, and I'm referring to myself. But listen, think about it when you look at TV now. There's not the commercials per se. Look at a lot of these commercials, and you'll watch that they have a lot more mature people.
Yeah, they are showing. They're showing
a lot more mature people in a lot of these commercials, and they're not using a lot of named people, but sometimes those names people after they're seasoned for so many years, but they're using a lot of mature people because that's what the season is now, and of course they use a lot of season. But even in like my age category, what they're using, and I'm saying, I can do that,
right,
and I can dance like that, I can do that, because they're using a lot. But even if you look at the commercial with the guy, he's making a killing. What's his name, Jonathan, that does the insurance.
State Farm.
Oh, yeah, yes.
The new Jake. The new Jake.
Jake from State
Farm. Jake from State Farm. But Jonathan from the insurance, Progressive.
Oh, no, the one where he be teaching them.
The black guy. The black gentleman.
The
bald head, nice looking man.
That is true, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes. I know.
Wow.
I'm telling you, but they use so many different State Farm, right. They use so many. But if you look at a lot of these commercials, they are using they don't want you to look like a movie star, because movie stars really they just have that look. They just have the movie stars have that look because that's the look they're supposed to have. But that's not how they really look in person. So they want people to look like real people, because they want to be able to be in touch with whatever they're selling with the real people, and that's what they're doing. And these people are getting the work.
Wow.
And you just go and you're out there and do it. And so, like I said, I can look at what they send me in, and I can see if I can go on this commercial or not, and I usually just schedule it, put it in my schedule, and do it, and I love it.
She out here.
Well, you know what?
I am.
Don't pick up another career.
Right, I know. Well, you know what? We don't want to
do that.
Right, we don't want to ask you any more questions, because you got to pull out another job.
I got another thing, but I'm not going to tell
many
you.
Jobs.
I sure got many jobs, and I had a lot of them when I was still working. Girl, I tell you, not as many as I have now.
Well, before we close out our show, Yvonne and I do have a surprise for everyone here and the listeners.
Okay.
And like you said, I remember when I put in my request to have this pillow made, and I'm thinking back in my head during the conversation, we spoke back and forth almost 8 times.
Yes.
Wow.
We did.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
So
can I say real quick what you, how inspiring you were to me?
Me?
And you. Yes, you.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna make this short. I know we talked about so much. I feel like I'm in your house. In your house. I feel, and I know it's that. But when April came to me, and like I said, it wasn't a whole lot of people came to me. But when April came to me, she came to me. And she said,
"Thank you for saying that."
She came to me, and she came to me. She said, I just love what you do. And I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember. But I remember this beautiful woman came up to me, and she connected to me, and she said, I love what you're doing. And she said, and I'm going to get in touch with you. She said, because you're doing something that I know is going to be wonderful for me and my sisters. My sisters.
Am I right? Yeah.
That's right, my sisters.
But that's the sentiment.
And that was.
But she said the same thing about you.
She did.
Because she was like, and I said, well, April, I said, well, what exactly does she do? Because, we're always trying to figure out, the guests that are coming on, what they do and how we can, incorporate everything. And all she kept saying was, it was just something about her spirit. She was like, I really, really connected with her. And to hear you say the exact same thing that you felt, you guys were.
So we connected, right?
Yeah, Tanika better watch.
Tanika.
I tell you.
So I want to present what I purchased from, and I hope it doesn't bring me to tears, what I purchased from Yvonne. And she did call me several times, and I was like, okay, enough. I'm going to be honest, just make the pillow. And even my husband was impressed. And you ready, ladies?
Yes.
Oh,
I love that.
That is a big surprise.
But wait, no, look at the back, y'all.
But wait a minute.
Surprised us.
This is the biggest. And guess what? I scanned it.
Wait.
Yes, you did.
It worked. And it worked.
Yes.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
So this is the work
us.
that you do. Wow.
Yes.
This is beautiful.
Is that beautiful?
Yes.
I was look at that.
So we might have to fight over this one piece.
Yes.
April was so pleased. She said,
I couldn't believe it when I opened it. I was like, oh my God.
That is beautiful.
Thank you, Yvonne.
Very nice.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Isn't that
Very
beautiful?
nice. Thank you for this pillow, April.
Thank you, Big Sister.
We're going to share. We're going to share.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
What a surprise.
Wow. It is beautiful.
Anyone that knows it's a pillow, right? Our listeners. It's a pillow of the Queen of State of Mind logo and our pictures, and it's really beautiful. So thank you so much. We'll definitely tag you in our post. How can people get your pillows and reach out to you?
Sure. The website is Living the Life I Dance About at livingthelifeidanceabout.com.
Okay.
That's the website. And
Your
Facebook, Instagram, Living the Life I Dance About. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
This was
Another
wonderful.
good episode.
Yes.
I'm about to scan.
I really feel at home. I know. I should tell you all my life. I feel at home. I'm just so. Thank you so much. And when April said she wanted to invite me,
Look at that!
It comes up.
Look at that! I love
There's
this.
a QR code on the back, and we're scanning it.
look at that.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you so much. I
thank
think we
you.
all got more than what we bargained for.
With you.
Yeah, we really did, because you ever have those episodes where it's like we don't really know where it's going to go. Yeah. But we just left. We was like, okay, well, God, we just going to trust you, because we don't know what we're going to talk about, how it's going to be. Wow. Like, we know we're incorporating the pillows. We know that she's a woman of God. We know that she has a business. And then to see you when you walked into the door, you have a smile that lights up the room.
Beautiful.
You know, there is an essence and a presence that you carry with you. God is all over you. He is all over you. And what he is doing in your life, see, it's not a pillow, so I get it now. So even when you were talking, when you talked about the experience and how you connect with people, that's ministry on a whole nother level. We're just not just making something. We're speaking into people's lives is what you're doing. That's the ministry of all of this, the gift that you give people, the life that you are able to sow into people, how you even make people feel when their loved ones pass away. And you put it on a pillow and someone's able to see this. And like you said, you can hug this pillow. I think about that. I think about that with my sister. It's like, I think I want a pillow for her.
And she now it's her turn.
Not that
one. And it's soft.
So, listen, so thank you for coming on. Thank you for being our guest. Thank you for sharing your presence with us. Thank you for that.
Praise God. Thank you.
This is another great episode of The Queendom
State of Mind.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Queendom State of Mind podcast.
If you're enjoying the show, leave a review, like, share, and subscribe.
And follow us on social media at Queendom SOM.